Con. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is well. This might be a shorter stream than usual, but we'll see. Start sending out stuff on social media. Let people know I'm on. Ta-da. And there we go. Let's get this game going. Mostly looking to see if I have any more frame drops or any similar issues than I did yesterday. I was looking into the settings that I was changing. That frame buffer thing that I stumbled across that seemed to reduce my my frame rate is not what I thought it was. It's apparently it does increase like color buffering and other fancy effects that don't matter if you don't have a fancy screen. It was kind of hard to look to see what exactly it does because no one seemed to know exactly what it did. But I guess that's probably why it dropped the frame rate, because it had to change the rendering and make it harder. So far, no frame rates. Hey, good morning, the creepy darkness. How you doing? I see you're up early, having to work early today. Yeah, so that frame buffer thing, I had to like look up to see what it was. So the reason it seemed to drop my frame rate down to 60 is because it has something to do with like fancy monitors or something and the way it renders color. So it was just using up more resources than it normally would have, which is why it dropped the frame rate down to 60. So I went ahead and changed that back and just had a NVIDIA control panel change the or limit the frame rate. Oh, there's like a bunch of stuff here now. These quest markers, research station. So now we get to talk to people and do stuff for them. Just like in any RPG. It's got a fancy new shield. I got like... Oh, what am I doing? Got a controller right here. Oh, research center. That's just this thingy. Doing a delivery, then a pickup, then home for the evening. Good. What the hell? Oh, I just got more resources. Story quest related stuff to make. Now if you do a stream, I'll try to make it to it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream tomorrow, and I can't stay up late tonight because they changed my schedule back to this weird like 9 to 6:30 shift, and then like 2 days working 5 to 2. Well, actually, more like 4:30 to 2. Oh, this is a message board to get the Pathfinder to do stuff for them. You know, I'm the Pathfinder. I'm supposed to lead, find golden planets, and resolve like issues to help get the colonies settled and find new worlds and stuff. Like, but it's a lot of babysitting for like this title that I have. I guess you can throw it in that it's training and stuff, but I had the same issue as Dragon Age Inquisition, which is funny because they were worried that Dragon Age or Mass Effect Andromeda was going to be just Dragon Age Inquisition with a Mass Effect skin on it, and it kind of ended up becoming that. But one of the reasons why I had development issues because they refused to use any of the stuff they learned from making Dragon Age Inquisition to build upon this game because they didn't want to avoid that. But it still falls into the same tropes. It's like in that game you're Andraste's chosen, or at least like beginning most people think that you're pretty much God's chosen herald to save the world and stuff. So people ask you to go pick flowers, and you have to go pick your own herbs and do stuff. It's like, wait, you're supposed to be the head of this Inquisition and army and stuff. Why are you doing all the grunt work? Please help. This is the only way I can get word out before someone gets killed. My work crew, they keep talking about that remnant technology. They think that the initiative's lying about how dangerous it is, that a couple of electrodes in the right places would get remnant to work for them instead. They've tried before, and I helped out in the med bay when those remnant observers carved up Baretti. But Jennings says that we could live like kings if we had an army of remnant bots working and fighting for us. He's taking the whole work crew to help him this time. I have to go with them. Maybe I can talk Jennings out of it, but if I can't, someone should know why we didn't make it back. Okay.
Someone left a warning. Looks like a work crew thinks they can take control of the remnant.
I'll hear a stupider idea today, but that's a front runner.
Work crew rosters are posted publicly.
The datapad mentioned medbay. A little work, we could find where to catch up with them.
Is there like no shortcut?
Moving.
No, this is commands and scanner. There's like no shortcut to the map, which I don't like. Oh, I think I saw my coffee is done ready. I'll be right back. Got my coffee, though I just noticed that coffee supply is dangerously low. Ah. So, Pathfinder's got to play Captain Save-A-Ho, it looks like. Because idiots think they know better.
Already getting requests from the Prodromos labs.
We came to explore and learn. That's who we are.
Still think you'd be better off with soldiers at your outpost.
Yeah, I figured Daddy Krogan would have been all about the military.
Sam, another memory prompt?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Also,
Mayor Bradley.
Pathfinder, good to see you. We're busy as anything thanks to you. Bit dusty, but we can adapt. It's worth it when it's your own.
Make sure to keep a clear log of what you're doing.
Well, let's save some bandwidth. Busted ass to feed initiative. Copy, paste, repeat. You go do what you need to on the Nexus. Follow that dot. There will be more to do on EOS later. Some key positions: Connor Supply, Ramirez Medical, Abrams Science, Fawkes Engineering. With them and my major domo, we won't end up like Site 1 and 2.
The first two outposts didn't have a chance. It was clear to everyone on the ground.
I saw the brief. I'm making sure every one of our people is eyes wide. You changed this planet, but that doesn't make it easy. We'll use the efforts of those who went before. Good people, every last one. I'd have been honored to fail with any of them.
I haven't reached the end of that trail, but not everyone died outright.
Right. They tell me there were staggered evacs. If any want to try again, they're welcome. Oh, and Pathfinder, this is for you. It's our flag. Hang it where the Nexus can see. It's touched the soil of our first outpost in Andromeda. Make it real.
well, it's not like you haven't had any other outposts, but yeah, technically. Still the same planet. It's a handsome mayor, too. Sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. I was staring at your handsome face. Bradley. Mayor Bradley. I guess I should at least discuss the... this is going to be always a prop point. I'll investigate the... it's talking to everyone pretty much in there. I tried to discuss the news that broke yesterday. There was rumors rumbling that this month was going to be very important for BioWare and Anthem, and it turns out that, well, either BioWare or Daddy EA, which is probably, let's just say it's Daddy EA, have pulled the plug on Anthem, and yep, that major overhaul that was going to happen, no longer. So, well, that's that. It's Anthem has joined this game. Move my camera a little. In the graveyard. So this game was unfinished. It only got to patch. They've only patched up, I think, to. This is, I think, 1.10. But I feel the single player content it only got patches up to 1.05. I think that any of the other patches are overhauled it to death. Yeah, more like they hauled it over to the graveyard. The patches that only affect the game only were 1.0, and everything else I believe is just multiplayer because, yeah, the money. So that kind of sucks, but it's really not it's not unexpected. Let's see. Dictation log. Scientific director Haley. Am I saying that right? Haley Abrams. And if you didn't know the controversy with this character, this is well, she's been patched, but she is an infamous character that upon first talking to her, she makes it very clear that she is a trans woman and even dead names herself, which a lot of people took umbrage with, because that's not just something that you tell a random stranger right outright like that. I mean, you could kind of chop it up to like the galaxy maybe being more accepting and not really caring, but even then, like the implication of the way she talks, it seems to be like she wasn't accepted in the Milky Way galaxy, so she came over here to be her true self. So no. That whole thing is a mess. They patched that out to where she won't outright say that. It's more of a progression in terms of completing her quests, and then you get to learn more about her. How? What technology could do this so quickly, neutralizing the radiation in the atmosphere without drastic storm effects? Shit, the opposite. The weather's gone calm as a summer's day. These unprecedented control over the atmospheric pressure, gas mixture, temperature, what else? And where's the interaction? Pause break. Miss the dogs, walking them in the Shuttleport Park. Always help me think through these problems. Forget side effects too. I should get a dog. Where are dogs? Oh, are there dogs? Pause break. We got damn lucky with the conditions here. This is comparable to sea level Earth. Eos is drier, but within limits. Moisture is binding to the desert, plants, and soil more now since the vault. Points to a species with the same air mixture, temperature, gravitational comfort levels as us? Or is there another reason? Can't predict intent from results. Pause break. Maybe writer's the one to figure it out. Why? The how? That's my department now. Lucky old Haley, you wanted bigger things. You're sure got them now. And research proposal submission review. Mineral analysis for recovery of recovered cat arms approved. Important waterborne bacteria study approved if you don't flush your work away. Color reactions and acuity in insect wildlife. Wait, no, not approved. Unless you're going to make them stop at a red light. Whoops. Comparison of quantum initialized string effects to relativistic waveforms. This is gibberish. I'm not giving grants for the best word salad. Oh, we got word salad. Element 0 voltage resistance test thing. Finally, some real science approved.
Pathfinder, mind giving me your opinion on this? I'm planning classes for our first school, when we have one. Some say we shouldn't teach Milky Way history. All irrelevant now, apparently.
Well, no. I don't think it's irrelevant, considering that many of the species still have those tensions there. But ideally, this should be a new beginning, but yeah.
Let go of the past. We've got our own history to make.
The Krogan and Solarians might disagree. Still, I see the sentiment, Pathfinder. Thanks.
We should, though, considering there's a lot of awfulness, but if we don't learn from our past, we can't change our future.
Ah, Pathfinder. I hear you're to thank for a physics-defying atmosphere processor.
That's me. I'm Ryder.
Haley Abrams, Director of Scientific Research on EOS, and writer of papers that start what the hell weather. But, new galaxy, new world, and a really new start. Gotta keep up. How can I help you?
Oh yeah, so it is Haley. It's just spelled differently than I would expect it. It looks like Hanley.
What kind of research are you working on?
Your basic first in scientific work, soil, water, atmospherics, plus studying remnant tech, because now I need to understand that to survive here.
Right.
Activating that vault changed the planet. Anything to worry about?
Considering it's world-altering technology we've never encountered before, I hope not. But the storms show no signs of returning, and I know who to contact for remnant tech support. I'll take it.
Oops.
Activating...
But the storms show no signs of returning, and I know who to contact for remnant tech support. I'll take it.
Oh.
What do you make of Lieutenant
Oh,
Bradley?
there we go.
Determined as hell. And he has incredible faith in us to get this done. Bradley would carry this outpost on his back if he had to, and we'll make sure he never has to.
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work.
Okay, let's check over here. Scanning my own technology for experience points.
Pathfinder. Major Domo Evan Bell Scott. I have headaches. So you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have to. Rather, so Bradley doesn't have to. I've also coordinated with your Ket expert. He wanted me to remind you to find him.
I didn't assign a Ket expert to Prodromos.
Then he's a hell of a self-motivator. Here's the nav anyway. Precision is important.
Oh yeah, so I was complaining about this with the keyboard and mouse about like these camera angles. I couldn't figure out how to control them in using the keyboard and mouse, but apparently I can here with the controller.
Any trouble with the Ket?
Clearing the sky cleared it for the bad guys as well as us. So some uptick in hostility was to be expected. We've some tricks up our sleeves, thanks to the research teams. That only goes so far. Your expert is still out there. He'd have more current information than I.
How did you come to the initiative?
Like many, I was lost and looking for a purpose. That sounds loftier than it felt at the time. I was an insufferable ass. The training for the trip was probably enough to cure me of it. But I always took things too far. Didn't know how to stop alienating people until I was the alien. See? Still insufferable.
Family
Sounds
trouble.
like you left some interesting circumstances.
I miss the family, and maybe they miss me. But that doesn't mean I'd go back. I mean, we can't, but still. I like where I came from. It's a great place to be from. You know what I mean?
I know exactly how you feel. Couldn't wait to be from somewhere.
Yep.
Like a bullet
Yeah, I
needs
hate
a
the
gun.
third person with the keyboard
Sometimes
and
you
mouse.
just gotta go.
Yep, had to go for control. Yeah, I tried. I don't know what is up with like a lot of these, you know, quote unquote hardcore gamers. But like,
Where'd you launch out of?
what's wrong with this?
The
This
pale blue dot.
honestly works
Terrifying.
better most of the time for
Big
me.
old boring Earth. I miss that wet dog smell after the first snow melts. I don't know why. What about you? Miss anything?
I miss convenience. I miss not being a hero. No, stupid romantic things.
I miss the time on the couch before media loads. Make your choice. And as a B-minus rom-com bounces between satellites, the size of the planet decides how long you wait in the dark.
Your popcorn sounds nice, Pathfinder.
Another time.
Of course.
Wait, I'm pretty sure you had more dialogue than
Pathfinder.
that. There we go.
Thoughts on how the outpost is doing? The planet?
Stellar. We keep it up. We'll make this world look like the brochures.
Thoughts on your boss?
The old man. He's pretty tied into what happens here. I just pick up the day-to-day scraps. Good at cracking the whip for these science types. Doesn't fall for the details. I hope he's proud.
Keyboard mouse are better for first-person
Feels like he's
RPGs.
proud.
Yeah, I can see,
Anything need
especially
doing? I'm
when you
here.
have
I
to
can help.
move the mouse around for
There
like
is something that bothers me. You catalog those who died at Promise and Resilience.
for
A grim task
especially when
I don't
you're
envy.
doing like
But
CRPGs and
it's
stuff.
not
Yeah.
enough. The numbers, I mean, between the living and the accounted dead, there should be more.
I was thorough. Could the cat have taken them?
I don't know. But in this matter, perhaps above all
Yes,
others,
they did. They took
precision
them.
is
They're
important.
experimenting on them.
Check the personnel
Because the
console.
Borg are, or
Unknown some possibilities.
the Ket are pretty
And
much
you're
the
in the best
Borg,
position to
except
verify them.
like bio Borgs.
Another time.
Of course.
Terminal. Gonna evade your privacy. To Director 10 from Bradley. 10. And the title is Secure Comms Read Messages. 10. Appreciate the personal interest, but my people are getting twitchy with all the messages that you're sending with them. I'd like their minds on the job, not being under a microscope. Addison's the one I call. I get it. Sites 1 and 2 are still raw for us too, but Prodromos isn't the same. No better way to prove that than to let us do our jobs. Give them space and I'll give you all the footage you need to make it play well back at the Nexus. Agreed? And post-deployment block party. To all personnel. Everyone, initial setup went by the books and we're operational at record time. Be proud, I am. Now, that the first deployment wave is in, I am giving the all clear to break into the good stuff. We've got a new colony to toast and some lost friends to say goodbye to. Lights go down and drinks raise up at 20, is that 2000 hours? Bradley. I forgot how you actually say that. Oh, the proper and fancy military time. At 2000. Yeah, that's how you say it. 2000 hours. Who to talk to? Oh.
Right.
Gonna steal
This
information.
definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing. The sand may be from several locations. I need more data to form a conclusion.
Beep boop. I wasn't spying at that time. Victor Carson. Mr. Josephs, I find it troubling that you think I'd be swayed from my duty by an offer of credits. I understand Victor Carson is a friend of yours, but it's hardly an adequate reason to release him from cryostasis and send him to Prodromos. Sorry, I have trouble with names. Prodromos. Beyond that, from what I hear, you two are a disaster waiting to happen. I know all about the prank you and Mr. Carson pulled on Everett before the journey to Helios. Victor Carson will be released from status when I see fit, assigned to an outpost that best suits his skill set. And if I hear you're gone over my head and spoken to Allison about this, you'll have me to answer to Administrator Broca. Case notes, Dr. Ramirez. That's this guy, Joseph. Patient 24. Symptoms, acute insomnia, claustrophobia. Details on examination, no organic underlying cause. Apparently suffered a mechanical failure when coming out of stasis that locked her in the pod. Clearly a psychosomatic case, but the symptoms are acute. Prescribe tetravocine and VR post-stasis therapy. Next appointment in 2 weeks. Personal notes. I'm seeing several cases of post-stasis anxiety and other related conditions. The techies solved a lot of the physical effects of long-term stasis, but we're clearly seeing the psychological effects run a lot deeper. People just aren't designed to be turned off for too long. Should talk with Haley about long-term research initiative. We're first for a lot of things. In case number 76, multiple leg fractures. Details: patient lost his grip and fell during maintenance work on the roof. Jetpacks failed to fire. Compound fractures to the right leg. Severe strains to the left ankle. And patient shows an allergic reaction to anesthetic, so I borrowed Austin and a couple of engineers to hold 76 down while I set his leg. Oof. Application of form casts and appropriate angles followed. Personal notes: noisy day, but hopefully an object lesson to the rest of the post about jump pack maintenance. Patient is healing nicely. Should be falling off roofs again in a week. Da, da, da. So phew. All right, so I actually have to stop. I have a guess. Oh, I have some drop frame rates. I need to see what that is about. I need to take a quick break. I might, if I have some time, I'll pick it up. I do need to go in just a tad early today, but we'll see. So I'm going to end the stream. I know I've only been on for like only 30 minutes, but let's see. So I dropped 2 minutes, less over 2 minutes, so over last 2 minutes. Oh, nowhere near as bad as yesterday. I'm not entirely sure if that has to do with how changing it from software to hardware. I really probably should have opened up my
Need a hand?
There we go.
Can't believe we made it.
3D accelerators all the way up, which makes sense because it's a 3D game. Memory usage. Pretty high, but still got some open, so I don't think it's that. Well, alright. Maybe I'll be back in a couple minutes, maybe like half an hour to an hour. We'll see, but thank you to Creeping Darkinson listener for dropping by for a few minutes. If I'm not back on, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I won't be streaming tomorrow morning, but I'll see about maybe in the afternoon. Same as Saturday as well. I won't be streaming in the morning and maybe in the afternoon. Depends on how I feel after work. But if all else fails, I'll be back on Sunday morning and Monday morning. So thank you everyone who stopped by.